What is the best example of just because you can, doesn't mean you should? Befriend high schoolers after you graduate college. I'm just looking for a date. We have so much in common. Neckbeards. Tilde tilde neckbeards tilde tilde pedophiles. Making cats movie. Hashtag release the butthole cut. I remember thinking as a kid, when I'm an adult I can eat at Dairy Queen every day. Username checks out if you eat there every day. Giving your political opinion everywhere even if totally not necessary, and then wiping yourself with free speech. Using free speech as some sort of magic phrase that absolves you of all consequences from the fucked up shit you just said. I'm just saying, Hitler did nothing wrong. Free speech. Why did my boss fire me? Quote. That's really good one too. I had conversation with some guy who asked, why free speech in Germany doesn't exist anymore? I replied that it exists. He replied, no, you can't say a Heil Hitler anymore in Germany, SMH. I've heard that Nazism is actually illegal in Germany, you can't fly the swastika, etc. Is that not true? It is true. Neo-Nazis in Germany use the Confederate flag instead, using a cucumber as fleshlight. Cucumbers sell for 49 cents. Why is this a bad idea? Because they're too skinny. Maybe you'd prefer something a little more shapely, like a squash or a pumpkin. Having a child. Leading someone on when you don't actually have feelings for them instead of being honest. Boiling toilet water to drink. A true survivalist here. True. I can't stand drinking warm water over singing a song. I absolutely hate when an amazing singer feels the need to add a million runs just cause they can. It can really ruin a great song. Look up Beyoncé's cover of Silent Night for an example of this. No hate on Beyoncé though. The worst song for this is the American national anthem, Monsieur Ugh. Many years ago, I sang the national anthem at college hockey games for several seasons. The reason they kept asking me back was because I sang it straight and got my butt off the ice. Song was under 2 minutes because it was a hockey game, not my solo concert. Right after 9/11, some preteen Mariah wannabe sang the anthem because I couldn't make it. She stretched it to nearly 7 minutes long and it was unrecognizable. She was not invited back. Her pushy stage mama had tried to talk them into allowing her to sing God Bless America as well as the anthem and was shut down hard. Call 911 for frivolous concerns. Yeah, there's a guy on Reddit harassing me. Yes, it's me again. Abusing salaried employees by making them work long hours unnecessarily. Just because you have enough credit to buy it doesn't mean you should. Ever heard of drugs? DARE drugs are really enjoyable. My dad gave me his Dare shirt from when he was in high school. Late 80s I think. He sharpied. Drugs are really expensive over each letter. It's my most prized possession. Honestly, I feel like the easiest way to stop kids from doing hard drugs is literally just have them math out how expensive of a habit it is. Like 100 a night isn't uncommon. No, tell me more. I don't do cocaine, I just like the smell of it. Upload cringy AF videos on TikTok. Jurassic Park. Just because you're smiling doesn't mean you're happy. I am 14 and this is deep. Conversely, just because someone's not smiling doesn't mean they're angry, sad. Whenever I don't smile, people come up and ask if I'm alright or if something happened. At least you have people asking you about that. Saying the N-word. Nice. No. The other N-word. Naughty? It's the proud country of Niger obviously. The Knights who say ni. I had a friend who wanted to try some acid. We were experienced in this area so we told our friend we would guide him through the trip so he didn't do anything stupid. We get to our desert spot in Az. We start the process and we're drinking as well. The night's going good. Suddenly my friend is starting to feel some effects and we laugh. He looks over at something and gets stuck. He asks us, "Hey, do you guys see that hot blonde with the big tits waving at me?" Quote. We look at each other and smile really big. We tell him yes, we see her and he should go spit his game at her. So he drinks the last of the beer and strolls on over. We decide to let him do hi monsieur. About an hour later he comes back with his pants all down to his ankles. We look at him and say, "Hey bud, what happened?" Quote. He smiles and said, "She's a nice lady." We finally notice the blood and drive him to the emergency room, open the door and kick him out. Still smiling, he waves and we take the fuck off. Moral of the story: just because you can fuck a cactus doesn't mean you should. This comment is so underrated lol. Run for president. People should listen to you, so I name you now president. Please know, I would be a horrible president. I mean, better than our current one obviously for so many reasons, but I would still be horrible at the job. He'll be a groundskeeper at the White House though. That seems like fun. Adopting a pet. I've seen people get one without having the means to take care of it more times than I care to. Remember, those same people then tend to view those animals as entirely disposable as well. What's worse is when they finally unload that animal they weren't able to care for, they often go and repeat the same damn mistake again with yet another puppy, kitten, and the cycle continues. Subpoint. Fostering pets. I'm a rescuer. Over a decade of experience. And I don't have any foster kittens yet this year. The vets that usually provide our shelter with found kittens are reporting that due to the lockdown, people are trying to raise found kittens themselves. And let me tell you, it takes up more of your time than you think. It costs more than you think. It's harder than you think. Issues you don't know how to solve will come up. And it's way more emotionally draining than you think. It's really painful for even the most practiced among us to say goodbye to a litter of kittens when they're ready for adoption. And that's the best outcome. Are you prepared to provide hospice care to a terminally ill 6-week-old kitten? Because I am prepared. And it's still horrific. Reposting without giving credit. Also, taking art from other sites and not crediting the artists. Arguing with strangers. Rarely will anyone's opinion be changed. You're wrong, and smell delicious. Hate speech. If your best defense of your words is that it's technically legal in the US to spout vile abuse of other people, you should probably shut the hell up while reevaluating your life choices. Arguing about almost anything, much more often than not, neither side is willing to budge on their beliefs, and the argument just further entrenches the divide. For it to be useful in any way requires both sides to be able to have an open-minded discussion and actually consider and appreciate someone else's point of view. And that so rarely happens. But people argue everything, especially on the internet, and they're just pissing in the wind. Beat the ever-living crap out of anyone who bothers you. Yeah, shooting them is way faster. Not returning shopping carts. Cannibalism. I don't see the problem. Meat's back on the menu, boys. Cheating. I really don't get why people do it. Because I refuse to admit anyone can beat me in Monopoly. You need to play against the Ion Marmalades version on Android. I'm cool with losing to someone that plays well. But the computer will make horrible trades giving monopolies with getting squat in return. It's very frustrating. Reddit gold. I still don't understand it. I enjoyed your comment so much I'm going to pay someone else money but you get a sticker. I mean, you're both right. It's not going to stop me paying money to give someone gold though. It's an addiction. If you are a young adult or teen, don't befriend people 12 plus years than you. Not even my grandpa. OFCXD. Slam the kid on the bus at 5 a.m. who won't stop running his vocal cords up 30 octaves. I don't see the problem here. Going to work. Voting. If you are uninformed or you vote straight ticket just because they are your party, but have no clue what they actually stand for, then maybe you should just sit the election out. In a two-party system, voting usually ends up as, I don't support you but I'd rather have you in office than the other guy. I'm pretty sure that's one of the key reasons Trump won. If he'd ran against anyone but Hillary he would have lost. true. Which also highlights the main problem with only two parties. I would love to see a moderate party. 2016 was a unique opportunity. Major parties nominate hugely unpopular people, and the Libertarians put up their best ticket ever. Two Republican governors of liberal states, both re-elected. That was our chance right there. Giving your kid a stupid name. XAA 12. Ash like quad and Obamaniqua marijuana Pepsi. I would say you can't make this shit up, but I'm a teacher, so I've seen many a stupid name over the years. But for some reason, Charlotte was the one that ground my gears the most. My blood pressure just spiked. She's named after that spider from Charlotte's Web, telling someone exactly how to do something step by step, unless it is your role to do so obviously. A lot of learning takes place when you're trying to figure out what to do, how to do it. I once had a coworker explain to me how to work a screwdriver. It slots into the hole in the front, and then turn it anti-clockwise. I'm an electrician. He knew this. I should add that it was the first time we worked together, so he never saw me struggle with a screw. Lol. Put the bread in vertically and then just move this lever down. Instructions unclear. Accidentally established a monopoly over the shredded cheese industry. Open carry of either a rifle or handgun in public if they have a permit LTC, CCW. It's legal and protected right. But don't be a fucking asshole and do it. It is a huge disadvantage to communicate to a would-be attacker you are armed, and a worse message to people who are not familiar with firearms laws or rules in general. I'm from Georgia. Open carry is everywhere. I'm not a gun nut and I'm pretty much a pacifist, and it doesn't bother me at all. There is a flat nearby, over 10 stories high. I could get to that roof and jump up. Really shouldn't though. I'll make a mess. Having kids. If you aren't gonna properly care for them, then don't have them. Being a dick. That's a bit hard, don't you think? Oh my god. Big fart cans in little tin cars. Head out to the bars, restaurants, high-density venues because our all-knowing leaders have said you can. My motorcycle can do 140 miles per hour, but I shouldn't. Are you sure your motorcycle go that fast? If you try, maybe you can go even faster. Lol. Yes, I am, and that's all she's got. Oh, however, I didn't try going downhill. Just because you can shove various objects so far up your ass doesn't necessarily mean you should. Just because you can cheat on your taxes doesn't mean you should. Have known a number of people who got audited. It is a horrible process nobody wants to go through. Apply for a small business government loan as a corporation with multiple franchises. Punching orphans. Spending too much money on hobbies when just beginning. Having children, especially if you do not have the financial means to support it. Most crafts on the internet. Eat ass. Wiping back to front. I go side to side. Make out with a cousin. Not proud, but I have done this. It's still currently fictional, but Jurassic Park. No bullshit though. Scientists are still legitimately trying to find DNA of dangerous extinct shit to clone. I do want them to make a woolly mammoth though. I really want to know what mammoth steak is like. Genetic splicing is a Pandora's box. Although not as horrific, it can solve almost if the issues we have in modern society. But if we get people trying to do stupid shit like Jurassic Park, then we are screwed. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.